โอเคค่ะพร้อมยัง so this is our last topic for ATE1. This is last topic for ATE1 and also last topic for final test. So for final test, we're gonna have aerodynamic, principle of flight, jet engines, reciprocating engines, and flight instrument. Okay. If you look at your textbook, you're gonna find that for this topic, it's separated into three. The first one is speedostatic system instrument. Second one is gyroscopic instrument. The last one is engine instrument. Okay, we're going to look at three topics today. But because we have only 3 hours, and we need to spend for many instruments. So for AVM students, we're not going to look at the operations. Okay, we're not going to look at the speedo system. We're not going to look at the gyro system, but we focus on the instrument. Okay, what I really want from you after we finish this class is you should remember, like when you see the instrument, you know the name and you know the function. Okay, so we're gonna focus on the instrument itself and its functions. We're not gonna focus on the system that operates. Okay, because it's for mechanic student. Okay. Now, แล้วมันก็อยู่บนหัวเยอะมากเลย And now, let's take a look at the pictures here. Let's take a look at the pictures here. You can see that there are a lot of instruments, right? Look at this one and tell me, is there any instrument that you know the name? Just one? No? If your dream job is pilot, you need to deal with lots of instruments like this. Questions? Why do we need to have instruments? Not only for an airplane. When you drive car, you see some instrument to like gauge, okay, on the control panel. Exactly the same with whatever boat, train. So every kind of vehicle I can say need instrument. Why? Why do we need it? When you operate whatever cars, train, airplane, ship, you need to know that what is happening to your vehicle, right? Actually, it's for safety reasons. So you know what it is, and then you know how to prepare yourself. Okay. Driving a car is different from riding an airplane. Okay? Car is very simple, and if there are any problem, you just stop the car, okay, and fix it. But airplanes, not. If any problem occurs, it's going to be really dangerous. So, flying an airplane safely, you need a lot of information. Okay? You need to know a lot of information. Class, can you help me list the information that you need? Suppose that you are a pilot and in order to fly an airplane, do you think can you help me list the information that pilot need in order to fly safely? When you fly an airplane, what? Direction, yes. You need to know direction, right? What else? Movement, yes, movement of an airplane. Any idea? We have directions, we have movement, and then speed, velocity. Anything else? What? Yes. Yes. What else can you think of? You missed one important thing. It's really important for pilot to know this information. Altitude, exactly, altitude. So you can see that flying an airplane safely, we need a lot of information. How do we get all of the information? We get them from instrument, okay? This is the reasons why we need instruments. Class, When your friend mentions about directions, knowing about your directions, the directions that you're flying to is really important. In case that you get lost, do you remember last week we talked about jet engine, right? Jet engine is what? Jet engine is what kind of jet engine? Is a type of engine. How do we call? Remember? Jet engine is a. Remember? Continuous combustion engines. Okay. Do you remember the characteristic of continuous combustion engine? It will stop and it will shut down automatically if run out of fuel. If you don't have any information about directions and then you get lost, but you don't have enough fuel in the fuel tank, and then you fly with jet engines, what happens? Accident. See that? All informations are really important, okay? And we're gonna get it from flight instrument. Flight instrument, all aircraft have instrument to let the pilot know what is happening to his airplane in flight, his position, navigations, and the operations of his engines. Instruments work in different ways and are operated by different systems. And as I said, we're going to look at two different systems here, which is pitot-static and gyroscopic. The first system we will talk about is the pitot-static system, and the instrument, the system operates. Okay? Class, I want you to look at this one. I can say this is most modern aircraft cockpit. Most of modern aircraft nowadays, commercial airplane like Boeing manufacturers, Airbus manufacturer, have this type of cockpit, which is called glass cockpit. Glass cockpit is you can see it's kind of LED screens and use very high technology computer. We call it glass cockpit. Okay, and if you walk into the glass cockpit airplane, you're gonna find maximum 3 seats. One on the left is for pilot, on the right is for first officer, and just another one behind for observations, whatever. Okay, this is, I can say now today, cockpit. So only pilot and co-pilot can control everything through very high technology glass cockpit system. Okay, and this one, some airplanes still use this type that we call analog. When something is analog, it means kind of manually working. Okay, so you're gonna see that it's look real, right? And if you walk into this type of cockpits, you're gonna find many seats. One for pilot, one for first officer, one for radio operator, one for navigations, one for mechanic, for example. Okay, because there are a lot of things to deal with. For the topic of presentations, the group that get the topic of Antonov 225, you can show your friends about the analog cockpit, because Antonov still use the analog one. Okay, so your friend can see like how it's like. Okay, so this is instrument, and class we have 6 instruments here. I want you to put down your pens. Okay, put down your pens. I will allow you to write down later. Now I want you to remember like how it's look like and the name. Okay, class, actually we have lots and lots of instruments in the cockpit, but we can't study all of them. Okay, so I will pick up the one that important, the main one. Okay, so we have 6 main instruments. 3 of them operated by using pitot-static system, and another 3 operate by gyroscopic instrument. This is suppose that number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Class, can you guess before I teach you? Which are the 3 pitot-static systems? You can answer me with a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which are the 3 that operate using pitot-static system? Can you guess? 1, yes, correct. 3, yes. Last one. No. 6, yes, but 5, no. This one, and this one. Number 1, number 3, and number 6, these are pedostatic system. Okay, 3 of these operate using pedostatic system. This one is very easy to remember because you're gonna see different colors here, like green zone, yellow zone, and red zone. This one is called airspeed indicator. Okay, airspeed indicator for the first one. Okay, this one, you can see like white and black strip here. This one is called altimeter. Altimeter. Airspeed indicator, altimeter. Okay, and last one, another one that's very easy to remember because you're gonna see the word vertical here. This one is called vertical speed indicator. Okay, airspeed indicator, altimeter, vertical speed indicator. Okay, these are 3 pedostatic instruments. Okay, so the rest are gyroscopic instrument. Okay, this one, the one that got the blue color on the top and the brown color at the bottom. Class, if you go back home and you search for more information from the internet, the color can be different. Okay, sometimes, especially for the bottom one, the top one is always blue. In every case, it's always blue. But the bottom one, the color can be black, can be brown, can be red, can be orange, whatever. But it does represent ground. The top one represents sky. Okay, whatever color it is. This one is called attitude indicator. Attitude, I said attitude indicator, AT. Lots of you from the midterm test, a lot of you still confused between altitude and attitude. Make sure that you clearly know what is it. Altitude, which is mean height, but here it's attitude, which is mean motion of an airplane. Okay? Second one, it's really look like compass. This one is called heading indicator. Heading indicator, the one that really look like compass. Heading indicator. Oh, I'll skip that one, right? Attitude indicator, heading indicator. This one, the one that got the white inclinometer box and got a black ball inside, this one is called turn coordinator. Turn coordinator. Attitude indicator, turn coordinator, heading indicator. Okay? Can you remember that? Don't worry if you can't remember now. If you cannot remember, it's fine. Just try to remember like how it's look like for each one, okay? But I'm not gonna use picture in the test because it's like sometimes it's not very clear and it's hard for you to define. So I'm not gonna use the pictures, don't worry. But please remember it might come in different ways, okay? One more time, class. Airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator, heading indicator, and vertical speed indicator. Okay? And what is this? Airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator, heading indicator, vertical speed indicator. Okay, before we move on, I give you 2 minutes and I will ask some of you to come in front of the class and do something. Okay.
We start with come here.
Okay. Can you show the class? Okay. Which are 3 pedostatic instruments? Which one? Can you point to it like direct? Yes, that one. That one. Very good. Thank you.
No.
Okay. Can you tell me the name of this instrument? Okay, attitude indicator. Good. เรียกเพื่อนให้คนหนึ่งคุยกันเดินละเอาใครเอามา Okay. Okay. Three gyroscopic instruments. 3 gyroscopic instrument. Which one? This one. Okay, good. เรียกมาคนหนึ่งเอาผู้ชายให้เวลาเราได้จำได้ไง Okay. How do we name this one? How do we name this one? No. Yes, but not like 100% correct. It's turn something, but not what you said. Turn. No ing. Class, can you help? Turn coordinator. Turn coordinator. นี่ thank you. นี่เพิ่งชื่อแรกนะ เดี๋ยวแต่ละอันจะมีชื่อที่เล่นได้อย่างอื่นอีกเยอะแยะเลยนะคะจำให้ได้นะ โอเค ทุกคนจำได้แล้วเนาะ โอเค Class, next we're gonna move on to the first system, which is pedostatic system. Okay. Flight instruments, pedostatic system. The pedostatic system is very, very simple, but very important because it operates some of the primary flight instruments, and you already know that we have 3. The system is based on the difference in air pressure using ram air pressure, strap air pressure, and static air pressure. As I mentioned, we're not going to talk about a system, but I will briefly explain. Okay. Pedostatic system is very simple. Okay. The system is working by measure the difference between something called ram air and something called static air. We talk about ram air first. Ram air means the air that hits under the wing. Okay, the air that hits under the wing of an airplane. And static air. Static air, the explanation of static air is actually atmospheric pressure. Do you understand the word atmospheric pressure? It's just the air around us. The air around us, and it will change according to altitude. Okay? เขาเรียกอะไร atmospheric อากาศรอบเราอะ atmospheric บรรยากาศใช่บรรยากาศรอบเรา atmospheric pressure, and it will change according to the altitudes. Okay? So the system will measure the difference between these two, and this is how the instrument work. So now everyone know that we talk about pedostatic system, the system that measure the difference between ram air and static air. Next questions, how do we get ram air and how do we get static air? Class, do you remember when I'll show you the video so that the pilot walk around an airplane, and I asked you to remember 2 things, 2 parts, which are really important when we study about instrument. Do you still remember that 2 parts? เรียกว่าอะไรนะ pedal tube, remember that? Pedal tube, and the other one is static port. Very good. Okay, this is the pedostatic system. We get ram air We need ram air and static air, right? How do we get ram air from? It's here. Ram air pressure enter the system through a hole in the forward end of the feeder tube. Do you remember? I said ram air is the air that hits under the wings. This is the reasons why feeder tube located under the wings to get ram air. Okay? To get ram air. And the other one that we need is static port. A static port is normally located on the side of the fuselage. An airplane may have one or two static ports. When the two ports used, they are usually located on each side of the fuselage to provide an average static pressure reading, which is measure the different atmospheric pressures when aircraft fly. When altitude change, atmospheric pressure or static pressure change too. Okay, this allows for more accurate reading under certain flight conditions. And this is where static port located besides the fuselage. And we get atmospheric air or static air pressures here. Okay? Okay, let's talk about pitot tube. Pitot tube, also known as pitot prop in some times, is a flow measurement device used to measure fluid flow velocity. The pitot tube was invented by French engineer Henri Pitot, that's why we named this one after his name, in the early 18th century, and was modified to its modern form in the mid-19th century by French scientist Henri Darcy. It is widely used to determine the airspeed of an aircraft, water speed of boat, and measure liquid, air, and gas flow velocities in certain industrial applications. Okay, this is where we get ram air from. Now, let's take a look at each pitot-static instrument. Pitot-static instrument, the primary flight instrument which use the pitot-static system are airspeed indicator, vertical speed indicator, and altimeter. Okay, 3 of this class, because we're gonna look at lots of instruments. If you make it like this, it's gonna help you a lot when you go back home and revise. You can put it into 2 box. Oh, 3 box is better, I think. 3 block. First one is the name. Second one is function. Last one is unit or measurement. So it's just like wrap up and easier when you go back home and revise. Name of the instrument, function, and measurement or unit. Okay? Class, I have a little trick for you. Because you have to remember both name and functions. Sometimes you find that it's really hard because we have a lot of instruments. One thing that can help you, always remember, for instrument, names always refer back to function. If you can remember names, you will know the functions because name always tell function of it. ชื่อมันจะบอกอะไรเสมอ สิ่งที่มันให้เราอะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าหนูจำชื่อได้หนูจะต้องมีครูว่าทำไมมันใช้ทำอะไรใช่ไหม names always refer back to function จะง่ายขึ้นในการจำนะคะ and we're gonna start with this one, airspeed indicator. Class, airspeed indicator, it's look like this. It's might a little different in some aircraft, but actually it's basically look like this, okay? And we have 3 parts that you know, like green means is universal symbols. Greens mean safe. This is be careful. Over red zone is mean like too dangerous, okay? And you're gonna see this one, knots. From now on, I want you to remember this word because especially for ATE2, this word is really important and I will talk about this a lot. What does it mean, knots? Anyone know? When we talk about the speed of an airplane, for example, what is the speed of this airplane? Suppose that ATC asks the pilot, what is the speed of your airplane? The measurement that we use it in knot. What does it mean? Do you have any idea? Nautical miles per hour. means nautical miles you know nautical miles what is it โลกนี้มี miles สองแบบไหนบ้างทะเลกับบกใช่ป่ะ aviations we always refer back to this one nautical miles คือ mile ทะเลเห็นไหม knots means nautical mile per hour ถ้า if I said this speed of aircraft is 500 knots what does it mean yes it means that in 1 hour this airplane can fly 500 nautical miles ถ้าตอบ miles คำเดียวปั๊บผิดเลยเพราะมัน different นะคะต้องเป็นอะไรคะ nautical miles ระวังให้ดีจำคำนี้ให้ดีนะเดี๋ยวตอนที่เราเรียน AP2 เราจะต้องมาคำนวณว่าแบบไมล์เท่านี้ speed เท่านี้ถึง direction กี่ชั่วโมงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเพราะฉะนั้นต้องจำคำนี้มันจะมาบ่อยมาก knots นะเดี๋ยวพอขึ้น AP2 แล้วครูถามทุกคนต้องจำได้นะเห็นป่ะ nautical miles per hours more nautical miles mean more knots mean faster โอเคเพราะฉะนั้นเดาได้ไหมว่า airspeed indicator บอกอะไรเรา speed of an airplane through the air I said speed of an airplane I didn't say speed of engine okay it's different speed of an airplane through the air เห็นไหมชื่อทำไม name refer to function อ้าวเฮ้ยตกใจ The airspeed indicator or ASI or airspeed gauge is a flight instrument indicating the airspeed of an aircraft in miles per hour knots normally most of the airplane use knot as a measurement or both the ASI measure the pressure differential between static pressure from the static port and total pressure is from pitot tube the difference in pressure is registered with the AIS pointer on the face in the instrument. Okay, measure the difference between ram air and static air. The airspeed indicator measures the speed of an airplane through the air, which is passing. That is done by measuring the difference in pressure between ram air and static air. The airspeed indicator. Look at this one. The airspeed indicator is the only one instrument that operates using both pitot and static system. The speed of the airplane through the air is determined by comparing ram air pressure with static air pressure. The greater the differentials, the greater the speed. What happens here? Can I change? Let me change this one. I will come back to that one again. Class, do you remember? I told you this is pitot-static system, and we have two systems here. We have pitot system and we have static system. Okay, this system run 3 instruments. Okay, but airspeed instrument, airspeed indicator is the only one instrument that use both pitot-static system and pitot system and static system and compare the differentials between these two systems. Okay? Airspeed indicator is the only one that use both pitot and static system. Vertical speed indicator and altimeter use only static system. Okay?ใครไม่ทันอันนี้กลับมาให้ใหม่ Okay. So, can you help me do a conclusions? Named airspeed indicator function measure speed of an airplane through the air. Measurement is in knot, which is mean nautical mile per hour. Okay. เห็นไหมไม่ยากเลยแต่มันแค่เยอะเฉยๆ Okay, next one. Second one. We have 3 names here. VSI, which is vertical speed indicator. or VVI, vertical velocity indicator, and the last name, rate of climb. Climb, which is like climbing the tree. Rate of climb. Rate of climb. Rate, R-A-T-E. Rate of climb. 3 names. And measurement, look at the instrument case. Measurement is feet per minute. How many feet that the aircraft can go in 1 minute. But you don't have to remember this number because it depends on capacity of an airplane. If we have high capacity airplane, this can be changed to 1,000. This number can be changed. So you don't have to remember it. Just feet per minute. Can you guess the function if I said name refer to function? So what kind of information is that pilot gonna get from this instrument? Rate of climb. So what kind of information is that you're gonna get? Very good. The speed of airplane when climbing or descending. The speed of aircraft when go up or go down. Class, if you climb up too fast or you climb up too slow, accident can happen. Okay? So we need to know about these informations. The vertical speed indicator, VSI, or vertical velocity indicator, VVI, or rate of climb. A pilot needs to know how fast the aircraft is climbing or descending. The instrument he uses is the vertical